Desire is not just an ordinary feeling. It is not a shallow thought that comes and goes like the wind. True desire, the kind that keeps returning to your heart, that whispers to you in silence, that refuses to die even when life tries to bury it, is the language of the soul. It is God's way of speaking to you without words. It is a signpost pointing you toward the very purpose for which you were created. Think about this. Have you ever had a dream, an idea, or a wish that no matter how much you tried to forget it, it kept coming back? Maybe you tried to ignore it because people told you it was impossible. Maybe you buried it under fear, under responsibility, under the noise of daily life. But late at night, when everything is quiet, it still rises from the depths of your heart. That is not an accident. That is the voice of your soul, aligned with the will of God, reminding you that your life has a direction. Many people confuse desire with mere want. A want is temporary. You might want a new car today, and tomorrow you may not. But desire, real, deep desire, is different. Desire burns steadily. It pulls you forward. It gives you energy when you are tired. It wakes you up in the morning with a reason to try again. It is not just about things. It is about purpose. God plants these desires inside us because they are part of the bigger picture of our destiny. For example, a child who grows up fascinated by music, always tapping on tables, always singing, always drawn to sounds. That desire is not random. It is a seed. And if that child nurtures it, learns, practices, and follows it, the gift can grow into something that blesses the world. Or think about someone who has a desire to help people. They might not know why, but something inside them feels alive when they lift others up. That desire is pointing them toward a life of service, leadership, or teaching. Too often, we make the mistake of dismissing our desires because they feel too big. We say to ourselves, "Who am I to dream this? Who am I to want this kind of life?" But the truth is, if the desire was planted inside you, then you are already the person chosen to fulfill it. God doesn't put a seed in soil that cannot grow. If it's in you, it belongs to you. That is why you should never compare your desires with someone else's life. Everyone carries a unique language of the soul. What speaks to me may not speak to you, and what burns in you may not burn in me. Each of us is given a unique fire, a unique pull towards something greater. Let me give you an example from daily life. Imagine two friends standing at the shore of the ocean. One looks at the waves and feels nothing more than calm. The other looks at the same ocean and feels an unexplainable pull towards sailing, traveling, and exploring what's beyond the horizon. Both saw the same view, but only one felt that burning desire. Why? Because that soul was called to it. That desire is not coincidence. It is communication. Your wish, your dream, your vision. It is God's way of saying, "This is yours to pursue. This is why I put you here." The mistake many people make is thinking they must ignore their desires to be realistic. But realism without vision is simply limitation. Every invention, every breakthrough, every great achievement in human history started as someone's deep desire. The airplane was once a desire in the heart of two brothers who dared to believe man could fly. Electricity was once the desire of a mind that refuse to accept darkness as the limit. The world you see around you was built on the foundation of desire. So when you feel that inner pull, don't dismiss it. Nurture it, protect it, feed it with learning, with patience, with action. Because the moment you honor your desire, you honor the voice of God inside you. When you run away from your desire, you are not running from yourself. You are running from the very purpose for which you were made. Every time you say yes to your desire, life opens doors for you. Have you noticed how, when you are aligned with what you truly want, coincidences begin to happen? The right person shows up, the right opportunity comes, the timing suddenly makes sense. That is not luck, that is alignment, that is the universe moving in rhythm with your soul's language. And here is the truth: desires are not only about personal gain. The reason God gives you a desire is because fulfilling it will not only bless you, it will bless others too. When a teacher follows the desire to teach, generations are transformed. When an artist follows the desire to create, millions are inspired. When an innovator follows the desire to solve problems, humanity advances. Your desire is not selfish, it is service hidden in the form of passion. So the next time your heart pulls you towards something, listen closely. Don't call it fantasy. Don't call it impossible. Call it what it truly is: the sacred language of your soul, reminding you that your wish, your dream, your vision is not only valid but necessary, because the world is waiting for the gift that only you can bring. Patience is not weakness, nor is it simply waiting. Patience is power under control. It is the ability to trust that the unseen work of God is unfolding in your favor, even when your eyes cannot yet see the result. Many people confuse patience with doing nothing, but real patience is active faith. It is living with the confidence that your wish, your dream, your desire is already on its way, even if it hasn't yet arrived in your hands. Think of life like a seed planted in the soil. When you place a seed in the ground, you don't return the next day, dig it up, and shout, "Why haven't you grown yet?" No, you water it, you give it sunlight, and you trust that beneath the soil, something is happening that you cannot see. The seed is not idle. It is transforming, breaking open, growing roots, preparing for the moment when it will push through the surface. The same principle applies to your desires. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Patience is the trust that the unseen roots are forming. One of the greatest challenges people face today is the desire for instant results. We live in a world where everything moves fast. Messages arrive in seconds. Food is delivered in minutes. Entertainment is available instantly. But the deepest desires of the soul do not follow the pace of technology. They follow the rhythm of growth, the divine rhythm that cannot be rushed. If you demand fruit before its season, you end up with something bitter and unready. But if you allow time, you receive the sweetness of perfection. Take the example of a student preparing for an exam. They may wish to succeed, but success cannot be demanded overnight. It comes through patient study, through the quiet hours of preparation that no one sees. On the day of the exam, the result is not created. It is revealed. The same is true in life. The breakthrough you are waiting for is not suddenly produced in the moment. It is revealed after the patient work has already been done. Patience is also the cure for discouragement. How many times do people give up right before the breakthrough arrives? They get tired of waiting, tired of trusting, tired of holding on. But think of the miner who digs through the earth searching for diamonds. If he stops 1 meter before reaching the stone, he will leave empty-handed, even though his treasure was just within reach. Life often works the same way. The darkest part of the night often comes just before dawn. The hardest part of the journey often comes right before success. Patience gives you the strength to hold on when everything inside you wants to quit. Another daily life example is seen in relationships. If you plant love, kindness, and respect into someone's life, you may not see immediate results. People take time to open, to heal, to grow. But over time, your consistent patience builds trust and loyalty. The relationship flourishes because you gave it room to develop naturally. The same patience we apply in nurturing relationships must also be applied to our dreams. Gratitude is a companion of patience. When you are grateful for where you are, even as you wait for where you want to be, you speed up the arrival of your desire. Gratitude transforms waiting into preparation. Instead of asking, "Why hasn't it happened yet?" you begin to say, "I am thankful that it's on the way." That small shift changes everything because it moves you from anxiety to trust, and trust attracts manifestation. Think of a farmer. When he plants crops, he doesn't spend his days panicking, wondering if harvest will ever come. He waters the soil, tends the field, and rests with the assurance that the process is working. Faithful patience is the same. It is the decision to do your part and let God do His. Your worry cannot make things grow faster. Your fear cannot make the process speed up. But your patience can keep you steady until the right time arrives. There is also beauty in the waiting. Many times, the lessons you learn in the season of patience prepare you for the responsibility of what you're waiting for. If your dream came too early, you might not be ready to handle it. If your wish appeared without growth, you might lose it as quickly as it came. Patience allows you to develop the strength, the wisdom, and the character to keep what is coming. God doesn't just want to give you your wish. He wants to prepare you to sustain it. So when you feel delayed, don't mistake delay for denial. Delay is often the training ground of destiny. The seed must grow roots before it can grow branches. The foundation must be built before the house can rise. The dream must be nurtured before it can be revealed. Your wish is not denied, it is in the making. Look back at your own life for a moment. Haven't there been times when something didn't happen when you wanted it? But when it finally came, you realized the timing was perfect. Maybe you didn't get the job you thought you wanted, only to later find a better one that suited you more. Maybe a relationship didn't work out when you begged for it to last, only to discover later that it was protecting you from pain. That is what patience reveals. God's timing is not just right, it is precise. Faithful patience is not just waiting for what you want. It is becoming the person who is ready to receive it. Every day, you choose to trust. You are shaping yourself, strengthening yourself, preparing yourself. Your wish is not somewhere far away. It is approaching, step by step, as you grow into alignment with it. So do not rush the process. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Water your dream with effort. Shine light on it with gratitude. Protect it with trust, and then rest in the knowledge that what is yours will not pass you by. Your wish is coming, not late, not early, but at the exact time you are prepared to embrace it. Belief is powerful, but belief without action is incomplete. To say you believe in something yet take no steps toward it is like planting a seed, but never watering it. Action is the evidence that you truly trust the process. It is the bridge between your inner desire and its outer reality. Without action, wishes remain dreams. With action, wishes become tangible outcomes. Think about this truth. Every single invention, achievement, or transformation in history began with belief, but it was action that made it real. Belief lights the spark, but action builds the fire. You may desire success, health, peace, or growth, but unless you move toward it, you are simply admiring it from a distance. God gives you the vision, but it is your responsibility to step into it. Take, for example, someone who wishes for better health. They may believe with all their heart that they can become strong and energetic. They may visualize themselves being healthy, but if they never change their eating habits, if they never exercise, if they never rest properly, that wish will remain only a thought. Belief says, I can. Action says, I will. And when belief and action meet, results are born. Many people wait for the perfect moment before taking a step. They wait until conditions are flawless, until they feel completely ready. But the truth is, perfect conditions rarely exist. If you wait for everything to be just right, you may wait your whole life. Action does not require perfection. It requires courage. The courage to take the first step, even if it is small. The courage to begin, even if you do not see the entire path. When you take one step, God reveals the next. Movement creates clarity. Think of a traveler standing at the base of a mountain. They dream of reaching the top. They can see the peak in their imagination. They believe it's possible. But no matter how strongly they believe, unless they lift one foot and place it forward, they will remain at the base forever. Action is the motion that transforms the dream of reaching the peak into the reality of standing there. Another daily life example can be seen in careers. Imagine a young person who dreams of becoming a great writer. They believe they are capable. They feel the desire burning inside. But if they never write a single page, if they never practice their craft, if they never submit their work, how will their gift ever reach the world? Action, even imperfect action, is what turns invisible potential into visible achievement. It is also important to understand that small actions matter. Many people underestimate the power of consistent small steps. They believe only giant leaps bring success. But in truth, mountains are climbed step by step, not by leaps. A book is written page by page, not in one moment. A business is built through daily discipline, not instant miracles. Every small action compounds, building momentum, shaping the future. What seems insignificant today may be the foundation of greatness tomorrow. Action is also a declaration of faith. When you act toward your desire, you are telling God, I trust that you gave me this vision for a reason. I believe it is possible, so I am preparing myself to receive it. Action proves that you are not waiting for life to hand you everything. You are partnering with life to create it. Doors open for those who knock, not for those who simply stand outside staring at them. Fear is often what keeps people from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough.